See, maintain silence. Till now, we discussed how to propagate electromagnetic wave in free space. That is, radiating electromagnetic wave in free space. Means it is nothing but transfer of energy without wires. That what we are doing, that electrical energy, we are converting electrical energy into electromagnetic wave, and through this will be done by antenna. Let us take simple thing. I'll take here. Let us take this is a mic. What you want to talk? See, the mic will convert acoustic to electrical signal. Okay. Then this electrical signal, see, in electrical engineering or electronics and communication, whatever we talk, it will be converted into electrical energy and it will be transferred. Now there are two ways of transferring this electrical energy. Is it or not? See, one is, first you will increase its frequency. If you are using a wireless, increase the frequency, perform that modulation. Perform the modulation. Then after that, amplifier, because it has to travel for a longer distance. See, just you are changing. See, this will be an audio frequency. Just you will be changing the frequency by adding carrier to this based on the modulation, amplitude modulation or frequency modulation or phase modulation. Then it has to travel for a longer distance. That's why you are amplifying. Then it is applied to antenna. See, here electrical in nature, here electrical in nature, here electrical in nature. This antenna, what it will do? It will convert electrical signal to electromagnetic wave and radiate it into free space. This is the wireless communication. If you are studying analog communication, studied or not? This is what you did. Otherwise, if I won't perform this modulation, you need a higher length antenna, which is practically impossible. That's why you perform a modulation. You increase the frequency and lambda will come down, and length of antenna depends on lambda. No, the other way is same electrical signal. I'll take same electrical signal. Just I don't want to increase its frequency. Whatever the frequency is there. See, whatever I am talking, that frequency. See, mic it won't convert one frequency to another frequency. Just it will convert acoustic to electrical. At the other end, you will be having speaker. Speaker will convert electrical to acoustic. No, in word, what you do? Same that electrical signal, what we get? I'll use an amplifier. No frequency conversion, and it is given to no antenna, and there will be a detector at the other end. This is what we are using in a wired communication, not in a wireless. This is in wired. Amplifier, and if it has to travel for a longer distance, there will be a repeater. See, what this repeater will do is, when signal travel through this conducting medium, it will get deteriorate. There will be a distortion. Please don't talk. There will be a distortion, and signal will become weak. The repeater, first it will reshape and it will amplify. Reshape and amplify, and further the same electrical energy is guided through this conductor. But here guided through space. This is electromagnetic wave, but this is electric. This is wired and this is wireless. Now till now we concentrated on this part. Now let us concentrate on this part. Are you getting? What the frequency conversion, frequency increases and decreases. See, at transmitter you are increasing the frequency, at receiver you are removing the frequency, whatever you added. But here there is no frequency increasing or decreasing. Here it is purely a wired communication. Okay? Is it or not? Hence, what we can say? See, electromagnetic wave is radiated into free space. But here, what we are doing? The electrical energy is guided or traveled on some conductive arrangement. Is it not? This is a conductive arrangement? Are you getting? Take down. The electrical energy is guided the electrical energy is guided. I am not talking of electromagnetic. Electrical energy is guided or carried on a conductive arrangement. This is a correct conductive arrangement. This conductive arrangement we call it as transmission. This is a transmission line. This conductive arrangement we call it as a transmission line. Do it fast. Done. Are you getting what is transmission line? It is a conductive arrangement. It's a conductor. Conductor is a transmission line. Even the high power cable, what you see in electrical engineering, they are transmission line. No, will classify based on the power carried. See, whenever current and voltage is there, power will come into the picture or not. Based on the power carried, and frequency involved. Please take down. Based on the power carried and frequency involved, transmission line is classified into power lines, and second one is communication power transmission line and communication transmission line together. Based on power carried and frequency involved, the transmission line is classified into power lines and communication lines. Is it okay? What is? It's just a conductive arrangement. Transmission line is a conductive arrangement to transfer electrical energy from one point to another. If you want, take down a note. Transmission line is a conductive arrangement. Transmission line is a conductive arrangement to transfer electrical energy. From one point to another. Okay, now is it clear? It's a conductive arrangement. No, based on power carried and frequency involved, they are classified into power lines and communication line. So take down what is that power line. See, if you are talking, you need to go out, or otherwise I will go out. What shall we do? See, power lines, such transmission lines are used to carry large amount of power at fixed frequency. Example used for high power transmission line. Power transmission line or power lines are used to carry large amount of power at fixed frequency. Means whatever the domestic current we are getting power, it's a high power at 50 hertz. At 50 hertz, is it or not? We are receiving everything at 50 hertz. Whatever we are getting current or power, it is at 50 hertz. Means this is used by communication engineer or electrical engineer. Electrical. Means from here they will start, but we need to concentrate on this. Communication lines. Such lines are used for transmitting low power. There I said at fixed frequency or at single frequency. Is it not? These lines are used to transmit low power at a band of frequency. Band. Whatever I am talking, whether it is having single frequency, it will be having certain band. This band has to be carried on that conductive arrangement. Yes or no? Communication transmission lines are used to transfer or to transmit low power at band of frequency. Further, these lines are classified into two-wire transmission lines, or you can call parallel wire transmission lines, and coaxial cable and wave guide. Coaxial cable, wave guide. See, first two-wire transmission line. See, two-wire transmission line means just best example is telephone cable. You will be having two wires separated by some distance d, and these two wires are used to carry electrical signal from one point to another point. Best examples are telephone cables. Telephone cables is for unidirectional. They will transmit as well as receive. Okay, bidirectional. Huh?
You said only one wire is used bidirectionally here, sir.
One wire, how you can use for two direction?
So one is receiver, one is transmitter.
Yes. Two wires will be there. Is it or not? Two wire telephone lines. Then one more. Next one is coaxial cable. Coaxial cable. See, you know about coaxial cable? The coaxial cable will be having inner conductor made up of copper, and this is dielectric medium, and one more hollow conductor will be there here. This is a hollow conductor on which there will be insulator. Is it or not? This is inner conductor. This is outer conductor, and this part is insulator. See, usually it is used for cable TV. Yes or no? And the next one is, shall I have this?
Yes, sir.
The next one is waveguide. See, the waveguide is hollow, cylindrical or rectangular tube, conducting tube. See, you have microwave engineering. There you will be studying detail about this. It is a hollow, cylindrical or rectangular conducting tube I am calling. At present it is a hollow, rectangular, circular.
Rectangular.
It is a rectangular. The waveguide may be hollow, circular or rectangular conducting tube. Now, how energy will be transmitted into this? That is a big question. See here, the source is your electromagnetic wave here, not electrical energy. See, now whatever the wave is there, just I'll take its cross section. You know cross section in graphics. The cross section of this would be like this. The cross section of this tube will be like this or not? Or front view of this will be like this. Then how energy will be traveled inside this means just it will be incident like this. It's a conductor. Conductor will act as a good reflector for electromagnetic wave. Then it will reflect like this. Then here also conductor. Then again it will reflect like this. Means through internal reflection. It will travel through internal reflection by the walls of conducting tubes. It will travel from this end to another end through internal reflection from the walls of conducting tube. Is it okay? This is waveguide. Have taken regarding waveguide? Or it's enough, but you will be having detailed subject on this. Microwave engineering. No. Let us know the question is why we want to study this transmission line. That is a big question to us. Yes or no? Why we need to study this transmission line? Let us say the various application of this transmission line. Then we'll start the fundamentals of transmission. Is it okay? Shall I rub this? Don't talk. Application of transmission lines. As I said, the first application, it is used as a media. Media means what? It is used as a media between, see, this is your transmitter, this is your receiver in wireless communication, and this is your transmitting antenna, and this is your receiving antenna. Now, how this antenna has to be connected to this transmitter, or how this antenna has to be connected to receiver? Yes or no? This transmission line is used as a media between transmitter and transmitting antenna, or receiving antenna and receiver. Okay? But here, this is electromagnetic wave. But here, from here to here, electrical in nature. From here to here, electrical in nature. Receiving antenna, what it will convert? Electromagnetic to electrical. Transmitting antenna, electrical to electromagnetic. Here it is electromagnetic. They will convert electrical to electromagnetic, as well as they will convert reverse also. Is it or not? Hence, this transmission line is in TV system. Let us take in TV. Antenna, from antenna to your receiver, is it a wired or wireless? Wired. When you are receiving. At broadcasting? No. At broadcasting, from main TV station, from transmitter to antenna again, wire only, na? Are you getting? From transmitter to antenna at broadcasting station, it will be wired. From antenna, it is wireless. Then the receiving antenna on the roof of your building, it will convert electromagnetic to electrical. From that roof to your TV receiver, it is a wire. Is it or not? Please take note, first application. It is used as a media. It is used as a media between transmitter and transmitting antenna. This is your transmission line. Or this is your transmission line. Or it is used as a media between receiving antenna and receiver. This is the first and foremost application. Second, it is used for transmitting or receiving electrical signal for telephone. Is it or not? These are telephone cables. It is used for transmitting or receiving electrical signal over telephone cables. This telephone cables is nothing but a transmission line. Then third application, coaxial cable is used for receiving TV signals. Yes or no? That is in general wireless communication. Now what is the application of coaxial cable? Is used to receive TV signal. See, these three are the basic applications. One is general, one is telephone, one is coaxial. The fourth application is very important for us. This is known to everyone. See, what I do, if I take a part of transmission line, let us take, this is your transmission line. If I take a small section of transmission line like this, there is a possibility, not possibility, that it is having a special application. This section may act as insulator. No, I'm sorry. They will act as components of a circuit. They will act as R, that is resistor, inductor, capacitor, resonant circuit. Based on the length, they will act as a component of circuit. See, if this is again, we studied when we were engineering student, we studied networks and transmission line. One detailed subject was there, NTL, networks and transmission line. They even not only circuit components, they will act as high pass filter, low pass filter, band pass filter, band elimination. That's why networks and transmission. The fourth operation, please take it. Section of transmission line will act as circuit components like section of transmission line will act as circuit components like R, L, C, G. Yes? Are you getting? Resistor, inductor, capacitor. Not G. Already it is conductor only, right? Not. And even resonant circuit. Even resonant circuit. Next. See, the next application is at high frequency. I say, see, this was conductor. Let us take its cross section is like this. At high frequency, frequency is increasing. What the current will travel through this complete area, or only current will travel only on the surface. In skin effect we saw. The induced electromagnetic wave will create an induced current. That induced current only exists on the surface. Means as frequency increases, this thickness will decrease. Means what happens at high frequency? The thickness will be very, very, very low. Current will exist only on the surface of conductor, and this whole conductor, no current will be there in this conductor. Then this conductor will act as insulator. This is one application. At very high frequency, the transmission line will act as insulator. But this is possible only in communication line. Yes or no? Because in communication line, frequency is very high. What about in power lines? Signal frequency. There is no possibility of, don't think that power lines will act as an insulator. Only communication line will act as insulator at very high frequency. That's the next. It will act as measuring tool. It is act as a measuring tool. See, if you want to measure input impedance or output impedance, it's possible with the help of this transmission line, and it will act as a measuring tool and used to obtain impedance matching. Even with the help of this, impedance matching can be obtained. But all these things, whatever I am saying, the application, last three application, we won't have for the syllabus, but in that subject, all those three applications are there. Means it will act as circuit components, it will act as a resonant circuit, it will act as a high pass low pass filter based on the length. It is used for impedance matching device also. And one more, it will act as an insulator also. But only here we studied application, but how those applications can be obtained, that will be there in that subject in detail. But we are not going to study all those things. Okay, then now fundamental quantities. Before fundamental quantities, fundamentals of transmission line. Very important. Fundamentals. Okay, just the two wires will act as a transmission. Yes or no? Some voltage will be applied, concentrate, and some current will be passing through. Voltage will be across two lines, current in series, voltage is across. Yes or no? No. Concentrate. See, actually what I want to say is, this transmission line is made up of uniformly distributed R, L, C, G. They are capacitance and conductance. This is like a T section. Is it T section or not? See, one T section consists of R, L, C, but nothing is visible to us. This I said, this transmission line consists of infinite number of T sections. And each T section consists of RL, CG. And this RL, CG are distributed uniformly across the transmission line. Hence, such a transmission line we call uniform transmission line. But at present, nothing is visible to us. How to say it consists RL, CG? They are just two conductors. Nothing is visible, yes or no? But we know, we study how they consist like this, RL, CG. But physically, only two lines will be visible to us, but they are made up of RLCG lines. Then only it's possible to analyze it, but otherwise no. Is it clear what we are going to study now? No, the current is flowing in this conductor. See, current flowing in a conductor creates what? Current flowing in a conductor like this. Magnetic field. It creates a magnetic field like this in this direction. When magnetic field is there, it indicates there is a presence of electric field रहे तो capacitance रहता है, magnetic field रहे तो inductor रहता है या नहीं? The presence of magnetic field around the conductor indicates there is a presence of inductor. See, as current is flowing through this, there is a voltage drop along the conductor. Either जो voltage है, if you measure voltage, it won't be here. When voltage drop along the conductor indicates what? Resistor. Voltage drop कब रहता है? Resistor रहे तो ही voltage drop रहता है. If it is conductor is ideal, no voltage drop. Means this indicates there is a series conductor and series resistor. Yes or no? Are you getting? Done. No. Let us take the voltage applied across. First we saw regarding current. Now let us take the voltage across. Voltage applied across two lines. When voltage is applied across two lines, this applied voltage across two lines creates what? Or produces what? Electric field. Produces electric field. See, the voltage applied across these two lines produces electric field and charges on this and charges on this. Charges on this conductor, charges on this conductor. The voltage, the electric field produced and charges on this conductor and this conductor indicates what? Capacitor. This is one plate and this is one plate. Voltage across this and electric field between this. This will act like a capacitor.
Yes.
Since capacitor is a lossy, it's not a perfect capacitor. Since it is a lossy, there will be some leakage from here to here. That's why G. Shunt capacitance or shunt capacitor, since it is a lossy, some leakage will be there. That's why this is G. Shunt conductance, shunt capacitor. Is okay. How? Nothing will be there, but they are made up of R, L, C. Okay, means how we understood this concept? Again, I said electromagnetic theory नहीं चाहिए मुझे, मगर very basic of electromagnetic theory is needed. That's why this is kept at the last of electromagnetic theory. Is it clear? Shall we have those points? Consider two-wire transmission line. Consider two-wire transmission line. The current I'll take small I, or else anything. Current, let us take the current. See, small I indicates usually AC. Is it or not? Small I, AC voltage, small I, AC current. But usually capital only we are using. Let it be, not an issue. Consider two-way transmission line. Current flowing in transmission line produces magnetic field around it. First point, current flowing in a conductor produces magnetic field. Comma. This indicates what? Presence of which inductor? Parallel inductor or series inductor? This indicates presence of series inductor. Just I'll denote it by this color. Okay? Right. Same point, full stop. Same point will extend. As current is flowing through conductor, there is a voltage drop along the, see, I am saying along the conductor. Keep this in mind, along the conductor, not across the conductor. Yes? Since current is flowing through the conductor, there will be voltage drop along the conductor. Then this indicates presence of what resistor? Series resistor. This indicates presence of series resistor. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Next point to take on. The voltage applied, see their components R, L. What is the difference between resistor and resistance? Resistor is a component, resistance is its value. Keep this in mind. Inductor is a component, inductance is its value. The next point. The voltage applied across two-wire transmission line produces electric field, and charges on each conductor. Here charges on each conductor like this. This indicates what? This indicates presence of what capacitor? Shunt capacitor. This indicates presence of shunt capacitor. Come on. Since shunt capacitor is lossy, hence there will be, what is this? There will be a leakage between two wire, and it is indicated by G. What is that? Conductor. G is conductor. Conductor, but its value is conductance. No, what I want to say is, see, instead of conductor or capacitor, whatever you wrote, shall we write by its value? Whenever current is flowing, it indicates series inductance. Presence of series inductance. Series resistance instead of resistor, conductor, capacitor, whatever you wrote, shall we write its by value? I said clearly the difference between, is it or not? Means inductance is there means it indicates there is an inductor. Resistance is there means it indicates there is a resistor. Shall we write whatever you wrote, that inductor is the inductance, series inductance. Series resistor you wrote, series resistance. Shunt capacitor you wrote, shunt capacitor. Will you do that?
Yes.
Done. Is it okay? Means, take down. Hence, we can conclude the small section. Hence, we can conclude the small section of transmission line will consist series resistance and inductance. Series resistance and inductance. Like this. Series resistance and inductance. And shunt capacitance and conductance. And such a small section we call it as T section or T network. Such a small section we call it as T network or T section. Okay, full stop.
No, answer the last question.
Small section of transmission line. Small section of transmission line consists of series resistance and inductance. Shunt capacitance and such a small section will be called as T section. Then full stop. The transmission line consists of how many T sections? Infinite number of T sections. Transmission line consists of infinite number of T sections. Hence, these parameters are distributed uniformly along the transmission line. Hence, RLCG are distributed uniformly along the transmission line. Distributed uniformly along the transmission line. Hence, such a transmission line will be called as uniform transmission line. Hence, such a transmission line will be called as uniform transmission line. Okay, now? Is it clear? Then, take on 2 to 4 mark question, please. Primary constant of transmission line. Primary constants of transmission line. See, the primary constants are R, L, C, G. These are the primary constants of transmission line. Even we have a secondary constant also. I'll define that secondary constants also. Okay, first one. See, resistance first. How to define this resistance? How to define series resistance, series inductance, shunt capacitance, shunt conductance? How to define? Let us take one quick section. How to define series resistance? Can anyone? It is defined as a either the resistance right, either the resistance right. Yes or no? It is defined as a loop resistance. Yes or no? Because it is present here as well as present. Take note. Resistance, series resistance. It is R is a resistance. Take note. It is a write down resistance. Even you can write it as series resistance. It is defined as a loop resistance per unit length of transmission line. It is defined as a, why we are calling loop? Two are there. It is defined as a see examination में maximum time he asked. Define primary constant of transmission. Very simple. It is defined as a loop resistance per unit length of transmission line. Full stop. It is even you can call it is sum of resistance of this side, this yes or no? इधर भी resistance रहता है, इधर भी resistance रहता है, yes or no? It is sum of resistance of both wires. Two wires or both wires. And what is the unit of this? I said per unit length. Ohm per kilometer. Unit length maybe meter or maybe kilometer. I use meter also you can write. But usually ohm per kilometer. Because the transmission line will be laid on over a kilometers. Instead of meter, I will take kilometer. Then, what about inductance? It is defined as loop inductance per unit length. Then it is a sum of inductance of both lines. Its unit is Henry per kilometer. In the same way you write down this. See, since these two are a series quantity, we define as loop resistance or loop inductance. Then what about this? What about this capacitance? It is defined as very good. It is defined as shunt capacitance per unit length of that's all. Capacitance. It is defined as shunt capacitance per unit length of line. What is its unit? What is the unit? Faraday per kilo. Then conductance. Sorry. Yes, conductance G. How are you going to define this?
Shunt conductance per unit length.
It is defined as shunt. Why we are calling shunt? Because it is in between two lines. Shunt conductance per. It is defined as shunt conductance between. Shunt conductance per unit length of. Shunt means it is in between. It is by default yes or no?
Yes.
Shunt capacitance means it is a capacitance between two wires. Shunt conductance means it is a conductance between two wires. Its unit is
Mho per kilometer.
mho per kilometer. It's inverse to that unit of resistance. That is mho. Then I will define few more things. That is impedance and admittance. What is impedance? R plus J omega and this is G plus J omega. This is impedance. Series impedance what I call, because these two are series element. Series impedance. And what about this? Shunt admittance. Okay. And what is the unit of this? What is the unit of impedance? Series impedance. Ohm per kilometer. Admittance का? Mho per kilometer. Fine? They are inversely proportional to each other. The unit of this is mho per kilometer. The unit of this is mho per kilometer. This is regarding primary constants. So, shall we see secondary constants also? Shall we see? Secondary constants of transmission line. Is it clear? Primary constant for 2 to 3 marks, even secondary constants also for 2 to 3 marks. We have two here. One is characteristic impedance denoted by Z naught, and one more is propagation constant denoted by gamma. It is same. There we call it as intrinsic impedance. In electromagnetic wave propagation, this we call it as intrinsic impedance, and this is by same name propagation. And this is given by. There we wrote it as mu by epsilon. Yes or no? Here I'll write it as Z by 1. How you are going to define this? Ratio of,
Square root of ratio.
it is ratio of square root of Z to the square root of y. Yes or no?
Why do we need this? Why do we need the?
This one, huh? We need, I'll tell you the importance of this later. Okay, and this is square root of product of Z into y. The propagation constant is square root of product of Z into y, and characteristic impedance is ratio of square root of Z to the square root of y. These are secondary constants. And the unit of this is characteristic impedance की unit क्या रहेगा? And propagation constant. Again, this will be having,
Ohms.
and this will be having. Again, I'll find beta. That is attenuation constant and phase shift constant. See, with this basic, we studied primary constant and secondary. But detail of this, detail of this, because detail of this we'll see later in transmission line. That's Z naught and this propagation constant gamma. But meaning of this, what we are studying here, meaning remains same, but expression will be slightly different. No, shall we study transmission line equation, which is very, very important for exam point of view and further understanding of transmission line. It is like this equation, this equation is similar to what we studied electromagnetic wave propagation in some medium, but here only one medium, not like 4 mediums what we had: lossy dielectric, perfect dielectric, good conductor and free space. But here only one medium, that is a conductive medium. It's a wire. Same concept remains same here and there, but here it is everything in terms of voltage and current. There everything it was in terms of E and H. Here the voltage, wherever is the voltage V comes here, there it was E. Wherever current comes here, there it was H. But rest remains same. But this topic is very simple compared to that. Shall we take a transmission line? Transmission line equation, shall we start? See, I'll tell you, since time is 5 minutes is there, just what we are going to study in transmission line, I'll tell you. See, very important equation. This is, I'll take, this is a transmission line. Okay. Why we need to study this transmission line equation? That is the first and foremost question to us. See, I'll take sending end current and sending end voltage. And here there is some load. Load will be there, ZR. I'll call this as a load, ZR. That is a load impedance. Here sending end, receiving end current and receiving end voltage. See, in transmission line, either you will be knowing that or this. If you are near to sending end, what I have sent, you will be knowing. Or else if you are here, what I receive, you will be knowing. By knowing either this or that, you need to find at any point on transmission line, what is your voltage and current? What is the current here and what is the voltage across this? No, this you are going to find either knowing this or that. That is first question. Let us assume I know IR and ER. I want to find at some distance. Let us take this distance. Yes, I am taking this distance. Yes, from receiving end or sending end. Receiving end, because I know this side, this. From here, let us take the transmitting end is somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I received some 1 amps current and 2 volts voltage. Before to me, 1 kilometer before to me, what is the transmitted voltage or current? Here, even by knowing this, no, if let us take this is the complete length is here. Okay. No, by knowing these two, I want to find E and I at some distance, yes, from here, or maybe here, or yes, maybe here, yes, maybe here. No, by knowing these two, I want to find IS and ES also. How? S is equal to, if I take S is equal to, if S is L, yes or no? Your E and I will be ES, IS. That's all. By knowing these two, you can find voltage or current at any point on transmission line. That is the main objective. Either by knowing these two or by knowing these two, you need to find what is the current or voltage at any point on transmission line. When current and voltages are there, without RLCG, we can't compute anything. Yes or no? I and V are there. To compute I and V, we need to have RLCG in the circuit. Then only it's possible. That's why in the beginning we studied this transmission line is made up of infinite number of T sections. Each T section consists of RLCG. Physically they won't be visible, but we are, yes, they are there. We need to imagine because they are there. That's why this voltage and current, it's possible to find at any point from there. No, my question is, in some textbook, they found E and I by knowing this, that S is taking from this side. In some textbook, they took S from this side. What shall I do? S from that end or this side? That end, fine. But keep this in one thing in a mind. When we are taking from this end, in electromagnetic wave propagation, we consider the distance from this side. Yes or no? We consider the distance from this end. No, yes, I am going to consider from this end. If you are going to take yes from receiving end, don't get a confusion. You should be very careful whether yes is from receiving end or sending. Are you getting? Means if you are taking yes from receiving end means yes will be 0 here and yes will equal to here. Okay or not? Are you getting? Then no, as wave is propagating at S is equal to L, this propagating signal will be having large value. As it reaches to receiver, decreases. At this point it is minimum. No, S is equal to 0. I am going this side. Whether it is increasing like this? Please think. Whether it is increasing like this or not. No, this is your transmitted wave or received wave. The wave is traveling like this. The wave is traveling like this or not? No, this will be forward traveling wave. Then see, but I am analyzing this is from S is equal to 0 to that side. Then this will be e to the power what? Positive S or negative S? Positive S, because S is equal to 0 and as I am going this side, it is increasing. Are you getting? ये concept पता चल रहा है या नहीं? See, something I am getting from that side. आते 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 कम होते जाता है. But when I analyze from this side, इधर कम रहता है. When I go this side, it will keep on increasing. It will keep on increasing. Then how we, but for all these things we will get an equation. Before that equation I am getting all these things. Then this will be e to the power some constant into s. This is forward traveling wave. This is forward or not? No. From here, it is here e to the power 0 is equal to 1. This wave is e to the power some constant s is incident. Then reflection will explain. The reflected wave will be something maximum will be something like this. From here, as you are going, it will get increased. That is incident, but it is subject to reflect. See, with respect to transmission line, incident, reflected, nothing is there. That analysis is there. Detailed subject. No, this is the incident. From here, if you are traveling, it is decreasing, and reflected. From here, it is maximum. As you go away, decreases. Then this is characterized by e to the power minus some constant into s. But in that case, e to the power plus minus s we consider it as forward traveling, because s is considered from this side. There because we took x, yes or no? But here e to the power plus s is forward traveling, e to the power minus s is reverse. But ये सब जरूरी नहीं. When these things are important, when we are going to study voltage standing wave ratio, when we are going to study there is a reflection, all those things are very small part is there for transmission line. Means what I want to say, solution, I'll get a second order differential equation again here. Solution to that consists of a e to the power some gamma s plus b e to the power minus gamma s. One solution for voltage equation. Even I will get a second order current equation also. For that I is equal to c e to the power gamma s plus d e to the power minus. There we got e ab. There also we wrote ab. Yes or no? In this and solution remains same. No. I will take s from this time. Is it okay now? Fine. And tomorrow in next class, we'll derive this equation, and this equation is very, very please turn off.